You got to feel the pain, people. You got to feel the pain. You got to go through the pain. As long as you stay, the longer you stay in the fake reality, and you knew it was fake. You knew it. You knew it. You knew it. You knew it. I knew it. We all know it. The longer you stay in it, though, the harder it's going to hurt. The pain is real. The pain is real. I could tell somebody today said something to me. I don't know if I've already recorded this. She said, she was talking about something, and she said, it's not about souls. What did she say? It's not about souls or love or something to that effect. And she's never talked like that before. She says it's all about money. Oh, I know what it was. Somebody owes her some money. Somebody pretty much stole some money. Said, I'll pay you back. And they never paid her back. A lot of money. She should have known. You know, it's best just to give people money. Don't expect it to come back. You know, I mean, a lot of money. Think of it this way. Were they ever there when you needed them? Do you have access to them right now? Can you call them on the phone and say, hey, I ran out of gas. Can you bring me some gas? No, it wasn't real. It wasn't real. Hey, I'm at the hospital. It wasn't real. They really did a number on everybody. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And people could have done it to themselves, probably did it to themselves. But when you call somebody out, let's say they're living in the same house with you, and you call them out on the one-way, non-reciprocal relationship, and they go and throw a fit and run out the back door and disappear because you see through the fake. They're fake. And when you wake up to that, and then you wake up to a bloodline thing, you know, they always wanted me to come visit them, but they never come visit me. They always wanted you to call them and talk about their stuff, but they never wanted to call you and talk about your stuff. When you finally wake up to it, you got to go through the pain. You don't want to face it. I mean, really. I deal with a lot of people during the days, every day. And I'm watching their body language. I'm watching what they say. I'm watching the flattery that they put on other people. I'm watching the fake promises, the future faking, the fake smiles and the fake. I'm watching it. The people coming in and out of the script. The people coming in and out of your holographic reality. They come in, play this role, stick around a while, and then they're gone. I know too many proverbs because I studied them before I got saved. Put no confidence in an unfaithful man. Now, it could be a woman. Put no confidence in an unfaithful person. That could apply in a home, in a marriage, in a relationship, in a business, in a church, in a agreement, in a friendship, in anything. Put no confidence in an unfaithful person. If you can't reach out and Hey, I need some help. It's fake. It's fake. I'm sorry to break people's bubbles. You could be the reason this topic, all my other topics getting a lot of hits and thumbs up. The reason I think this topic is not really popular is because people don't want to look at the reality that we're in. And I promise you, this stranger talking today said this, and it's like, about 2 months ago, I had somebody say, you wish you could help people, but it's against the rules to do this or that, and you wish you could help people, but you can't. They set up a corporate system. You can't tell people about medical stuff. You can't teach people. They set people up to follow these. Only a certain group of people can teach and say something, and if there's people doing alternative stuff, they shut them down and censor them. If it's somebody, so people might need some counseling or something, but they got to have a degree. There's people been through a whole lot more than the counselor's been through. They have compassion and empathy that other people don't have. There's people out there that their in-laws or their bloodline or something has created this reality bubble around them that they've been abused the whole time, and they don't even know they're being abused because they've normalized the abnormal. I mean, this is real. It's real. And when you start to see it out there, God starts to reveal it, and you're trying to reach people, you also see it within. In other words, really to have compassion on the human. God sent His Son, right? Jesus, a priest after the order of Melchizedek. Jesus had to suffer. Jesus had to feel the pain. He's a priest that can feel your pain. And people don't want to admit it. They know this situationship is a big fat lie, but they're stuck in it because they've looked out there. Whether it's, there's a lot of handlers out there, and there's a lot of people. I can't even. I'm really trying to be careful what I say, because I don't know if people are ready. I really don't think this topic is going to go anywhere, but even though it's probably the most important topic ever, if the Bible says a man's enemies are of his own house, that's Bible. Do you believe the Bible? Yeah. If Solomon, the wisest man to ever live, he said, I went through 1,000 men to see if there's one man that's dependable, faithful, I could count on when the going gets tough. He said, I only found one out of 1,000. He said, I looked through 1,000 women, I couldn't find any. Solomon, the wisest man ever. That's in Ecclesiastes, and no preacher's going to talk about it. So one person out of 2,000, what percentage is that? One person out of 2,000 in your life might be faithful to you and dependable and real. And you know how many people online say, I'm saved, but they're not? They're not born again. You know how many people they think they're saved, but they're not. And if you listen to them long enough, they'll try to convince you that they're saved, but they're not. And you know they're not because they never had a deep experience. And when they talk about it, they don't tear up. When that lady told me the other day that she got saved a year ago, I started to cry, and I had to cover my eyes. I didn't want anybody to see it. I was in a restaurant. And she started to cry. She said, hold on a minute, I got to get myself back together. She's saved. She's saved. I don't even know if I can go back over there because I'll start crying probably. And it's like people say, what's wrong with him? Why is he crying? She would know, but nobody else would. And I know too much about the situation that it's sad. That's why I say I can't. I mean, I've got neighbors across the street. I got neighbors beside. I got people that people are not saved, and I see neighbors across the street. They're all living together, but they all fight and argue with each other. They hate each other, and it's like, come on. So if you got a man and woman in the house and they hate each other, what's that about? And it's just a situationship. What's that about? They're on two different planes. They don't even understand each other. They can't even hear each other. I've seen it. I told you, I saw a deacon. I'd go there and talk to him about the Bible, a long time ago. Because he knew his Bible. But every time I go visit, his wife would be in another room screaming and yelling at him, saying, you're a blah, blah, blah. And he'd say, shut up, woman. You're crazy. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm a guest in y'all's house, and y'all do that. What's it going to be like when I'm not here? What is it like when you're not there? How can you live that way? I'd rather live by myself in a hut in the middle of the desert than to live something like that. You don't have the same beliefs. You don't have the same doctrines. You don't have the same God. There's people living together. One worships God and one worships Satan. And it's like she said, the corporations and everything's turned it against. Nobody cares about anybody's soul. Nobody cares about anybody's heart. Nobody's really got a soft heart. Everybody's got a hard heart, but they think they have a soft heart. But the Bible says, whoredom wine and new wine takes away the heart. And so they live and their heart's not right. They never repented. They reach out to somebody that they deceive or gaslight because they're needing some connection, but they're not being real with themselves. And I could go on and on and on and on and on. I've talked to many people, trust me. Offline, online, rideshare. I mean, the heart, people are just, you don't even want to rub shoulders with people anymore. I mean, I got to be careful what I say, because if I say too much, everybody be mad, because people don't even realize. So when you're talking about a topic where the fake reality bubble that people live in, that they're afraid to burst, Genesis 3 lies, he's going to say, if you're talking about it, God's going to say, okay, what about yours? And then you wake up to yours and you think, you mean I gotta end this? It was fake the whole time, but I didn't see it. And the pain that you have to go through is gut-wrenching pain. And it's like withdrawals from some kind of drug or something. I experimented about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I went and got some, I didn't know if I had symptoms from I can't say the word, if I had symptoms from that virus that were long term, like I can't even say the word. But anyway, I did some research on if you had that. So I experiment with like vitamins and nutrients and all that. And I went and got some of the 4 milligrams of, what was it? What's it called? It's in the cigarettes. What is it? Nicotine. I got 4 milligrams, the chewing gum. So I chewed the chewing gum. And on a Friday at work, I chewed it at lunch, and I did get a little bit spacey, And I said, look, I'm going to try it again Sunday. I mean, it did work. It cleared up any kind of problem I had. I really felt a lot better, 10,000 times better. I didn't even know, I got used to that, and I thought it was normal. But I said, why is my smell not as good as it used to be? And, so that was Friday. On a Sunday, I tried it again. And I guess I chewed the gum too much. And I couldn't get any relief. It didn't matter if I sat down to lay down. Didn't matter if I went out to my car, sit in my car, turned the air on, stood up. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't stand up. I thought I was going to die. Seriously. All because of that nicotine I took too much because I don't smoke. And it was just too much. I could understand if people, it does take you to another, but this was, the first Friday, it was fine. I felt like I was floating through space or something. But Sunday, I couldn't stand it. There was no relief. So when you have to face off with your fake reality, there's no relief when you see it. And then you start to look back in the past and the present, and you see all the traps that you let it be built around you. You might have got some benefit out of it. Whether it was an intentional trap, it doesn't really matter. You can blame the other person, but you can't really blame the person because you already knew the possibilities. Trauma bonds, the trauma bonds, the drama, the trauma bonds, the experiences, the future faking, the fake reality, the thoughts that you had in your mind that you have to wake up to the fake reality and say, this is not even real. It's gut-wrenching. And I read a lot of the comments on the narcissist channels. I just like reading the comments. Now I know about the gaslighting, the future fake, and the flying monkeys. I know how narcissism works. But I like to read the comments. Whether it's real or not, who knows? But if it's written, it's probably true for somebody. And you'll have this man or this woman say, I didn't know my spouse. I was with them for 38 years and it's so bad. It's been 4 years and I'm still not over it. And you're shaking your head saying, 38 years invested and they still can't get over it after 4 years. The fake reality bubble that's being built because the system is destroying hearts, destroying souls, destroying minds, destroying bodies, destroying hope, destroying everything. It's all a setup, a devil system to make everybody greedy and selfish, and the inflation, the debt money system, the whole system's designed to destroy your soul. So you're going to have to go through the pain. I'm sorry. And if you don't think you have a fake reality that you're living in, I'm sorry, but there is one out there. And I really think people are afraid to look at it. People are afraid to look at it. Whether it's debt you need to work hard and pay off, whether it's some job that's not secure, whether it's you need to go to the dentist and or you need to go get some health insurance and nobody's helping you. I mean, I could list 1,000 things that you're denying, that you need to go and clean your toilet. You need to clean the house. You need to get your finances in order. You need to pay the bill that you've been putting off. And a lot of that stuff that you're putting off is because deep down, there's this deep-seated thing that you're not wanting to face, the misery, unhappiness, or whatever it is that you're in that's causing you to put stuff off or whatever, set goals. I want to go back to school and learn how to do bookkeeping, or I want to get a degree, but something hold me back. And the entertainment, the scrolling through, the metaverse, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, some kind of chat program, it's all fake. And if you just lay the phone down, cut the computer off, sit in the corner and say, what's real? Is this person real? Did I project a fake reality onto that person? Did they project it? Is this situation real? Is this job real? Is this family real? That goes back to that dream I had. I just woke up in the middle of, I was sitting in the car with his wife, and I was looked at her and I said, who are you? I went to work. She was there with me. I said, wow, this is nice, but I don't even know you. Then we went somewhere on vacation or something. It's like, this is cool, but who are you? Just like that song. There's a song about it. I thought the song was 20 years old, but evidently it was 6 years old or something. You can Google it, the Talking Heads or something, or what is this place? I can't remember now the name of the song. But you finally wake up. See, this is why people go through midlife crises. They wake up. They've been killing themselves for a place that doesn't love them. They've been living in a situation with people that don't love them. They're just being used. They're going to a church that's a legalistic church that doesn't preach faith alone in Jesus alone, but they add works. And they don't really love the person. They just want their tithe. When you wake up to the fact that what you're really in, whether it's the news, the media, I'm talking about so many fake reality bubbles. Everything's Genesis 3. It's the death cult. And I know this is not popular, but I promise you, if you turn that music on, it's a lie. I put a link to a guy talking about it on my, I'm just posting a lot of stuff on the, see, I'm having compassion for people because I mean, if I can see through it and know the pain, I know the people don't. This is why they drink. This is why they do their drugs and all, because to face off with it, to really face it, it's going to be painful. And even if you become real, which you should be if you're saved, and you start to be nice to everybody and kind and have compassion, somebody's going through something, you say, hey, I'm sorry you're going through that. Just like that lady looking for the dog the other day. I wanted to say, I'm sorry you're going through this. I can feel I felt the girl's pain. I could feel it. I felt sorry. Even though I don't have a pet, I felt her pain. I could hear her in the neighborhood. I was walking around the block, and I could hear her 2 or 3 blocks over hollering for her dogs. She lost 2 dogs that she loved, and she was just going around and around, and I could hear the hollering and the screaming and the pain in her voice. She might be married to a narcissist dude that he might have took the dogs and gave them away or something, and he's messing with her mind. I mean, I actually live with somebody like that. I was married to somebody like that. One time, I had to get away from her. I knew she was crazy. She'd probably get me killed. We went to church one time, and she said, I think I dropped my Bible when I came out of church in the parking lot. So we got in the car, drove over there. 2 kids in the back seat. In front of the kids. She was doing this in front of the kids. I said, it's not over here. We went everywhere. Came back to the house. I said, there it is right there. Or it was in the car or house or something. I said, it's right there. What are you talking about? We're talking about a Bible, going to church. She kind of laughed and smiled, and she looked at the oldest and said, in other words, she was saying, see how you manipulate a man to test him? Thinking that I couldn't see the reptilian shape-shifting comment that she was teaching the younger. And I said, this woman's sick. She's got to go. For real. The gaslighting, the manipulation to test people, to have them believe a fake reality, and even use it when church and a Bible and all in your own house, and you see the games that people play, even that you're thinking, hey, this person's normal, and they're not. They're playing stupid games in their own house. You see it on the jobs, you see it in the churches, you see it online. But somebody in your own house playing these weird games that you would never even could have imagined, other stuff happened. And I put all the puzzle pieces together. I said, this woman might kill me in my sleep. She's so crazy. She had to go. I mean, it was crazy. It was insane. And then through the divorce court stuff, it's like she's a different person. She had another personality. For real. The personality that I saw was a different person. For 8 years, I saw a different person. The real person, I don't even know if it was the real person, but when around somebody else, she was a different person. Seriously. And one time, whether it was a lie, who knows if it was a lie. One time she opened up, she says, I said, what's wrong with you? I said, really, what is wrong with you? Do you need to go see a doctor or something? She said, well, I feel like I'm a little mouse running from this hole to that. I found this little pocket to hide in, and I found this little hole in the wall to hide in, and I found this little hole in the wall. And me at the time thought I could fix her, And then enough that happened, I said, I can't fix this woman. And how did I not see it? How did I not see it? And you finally say, you talk to a few pastors and stuff, and they say, that person needs Jesus. You can never make that person happy. She'll never be happy. She needs Jesus. Yeah, but she says she's this, that, and the other. He said, what do you think? Look at not just one, multiple. One said, you need to just walk away. I'm talking about a fundamentalist telling you to walk away after talking to two different people separate. Said, just walk away, man. You need to walk away. I'm thinking, what in the world? And the guy was very trustworthy. And I never thought I'd hear that from a preacher. There's people out there, like I say, that deacon and that woman, they fight like cats and dogs every day. How can that be peaceful? How can that be healthy? How can you grow spiritually? How can that even be normalized? And so people get used to the abnormal and think it's normal when it's not. But they feel like they're caught between a rock and a hard place, or they don't want to go through the pain, the gut-wrenching pain that what they envisioned wasn't even real. Your financial system's fake. It's monopoly money. But you believe it's real. And if you don't want to face off of that, your whole reality is going to crash and burn, and you don't want to admit it and see it. And then because the rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you just follow it down too long, you're going to say, oh, last week people were dying at McDonald's, but something happened to the food. And then every week there's a new, if you can sign up for emails from iwaspoisoned.com or something like, you'll get emails every week. This recall. You can sign up for websites. This is recall. This is poison. This is killed people. And you're like, what? Spices. Too much metal in iron in certain spices. People getting sick. On and on and on and on. The hurricanes, the floods. And you're sitting there in your house thinking, oh, I'm good to go. I'm sitting here watching cartoons, watching TV, watching video games, watching basketball, football. And next week, your whole house is completely demolished. All that work you did is gone. And the insurance companies don't want to pay it because of whatever reason. So you lost it all. So what it should do, you have to go through the pain. If there's another person involved, they're going to have to go through the pain. They probably won't go through the pain. They'll probably run to somebody else and go to another fake reality. Instead of going through the pain and getting out on the other side and being free, because I've been through stuff a lot in my life where you have to go through the pain and nobody can fix it for you but God. And so that gut-wrenching pain, don't go to drinking, don't just experience the pain. Experience the pain. And when you get on the other side, you'll never go back in it again because you've learned the lesson that is too painful. And then when that fake reality starts to appear and this person is saying this, and you say, oh, I've seen this before. Bye-bye. Adios. Or you try the spirits for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you say, okay, this person's real. This person's done the inner work. The reason this is not popular is because I think people are afraid, whatever situation they're in, church, job, bloodline, in-laws, outlaws, relationships, their health, the food they eat, the routine, the job they're on that they've probably been thinking about getting another job. I mean, these things are crashing and burning for a reason, to wake you up. There's a lot of people out there that doesn't, if you say mankind is born in sin, man born of woman's, born in sin. In Adam all die, but in the new Adam all can have life. So in the first Adam, everybody dies. Everybody's dead. You got all these dead people walking around, dead in trespasses and sin. And most people, when you say that, they don't want to believe it. Are you saying everybody's a sinner? Yep, everybody, till you get saved. But that right there, the people deny that. That tells you most people in fake reality. This is why the devil don't want you to, anybody who gives out the gospel, faith alone and Jesus alone, you're going to be attacked. And then think about the two witnesses. The whole world is deceived. I want you to really think about the pain that's involved in that. The two witnesses love souls. God is not going to put the two witnesses out there if they don't have a love for souls of mankind. Just like Jesus loves everybody. If you're saved, you love souls, and when somebody gets saved, you cry. And so those two witnesses in the tribulation period, they love the souls, but the whole world, after so many years, kills them. They're in the street and they're sitting there trying to win everybody in the metaverse or whatever it is. Everybody's watching them die and sit in the street for 3 days. They're dead in the street for 3 days, 3.5 days, or however long it was. 3 days, and then God raises them up, and the whole world sees them go up to heaven. Imagine the pain and the gut-wrenching pain that they're saying, get saved, get saved, get saved. Some people will get saved during tribulation. But if they get saved, they cut their head off because they're tied to the metaverse. They can't put that in the hive. That's where the movies, when they say, cut off with her head, off with her head. She goes down into Disney World. Think about it. The lady in the movie goes down into Disney World doing her thing. Everybody's in delusions. They got this queen bee short with off with her head, off with her head. She's trying to show people reality, but everybody's in Disneyland. I mean, you think about Disneyland. You take your kids to Disneyland and they're mocking you to your face that your whole reality is Disneyland. When you start investing, you wake up to when you really start to do some investing, you wake up to what this place is. You thought somebody was going to take care of you. You thought the government was going to take care of you. They're lying through their teeth. I just saw this weird, it wasn't a bird. It looked like a creature flying right down the street. I don't even think it was a bird. It was just something weird. I'd never seen anything like it. It's dark outside, so I couldn't really see it clearly, but it wasn't a bat and it wasn't a bird, but it was flying right in front of me. I don't know what it was, but it was not a bird and it wasn't a bat. I don't know what it was. If you really get a hold of what I'm saying, you're going to probably cut your TV off, your music off, the news, the media. You're going to work. You're going to work your 12-hour days and get out of debt and try to find people that are real. And you might not ever find them. So you run to Jesus and say, Lord, I can't find any real people. I've been to church. I got married. I had in-laws. I had outlaws. I had blood. I can't find nobody that's real. Lord, help. And he says, well, the two witnesses in the tribulation, they're going to feel your pain, so you're not alone. You can't find nobody that's real, Lord. And he might say to you, have you been real with people? Maybe he's convicting you of something, you know. Have you been real? Because when she said that earlier today, she was saying the same thing, that it's all about, everybody's just about money because somebody stole some money from her. And it's like she's waking up to the fact, because I told her, I said, a lot of times your kid's just there for money. They don't know you. I said, people really don't want to hear, but people don't really listen. People really don't want to communicate and really get to know somebody as a friend, as a married partner, as anything. They really, and half the time, if you're going deep, they can't even hear you. They can't know you. Think about Jesus. We want to know God, but it's God. We say you know God, but rather known by God. You want to know God, but God knows you better than you know yourself. So you can only see a portion, a semblance, until you see Jesus. Then you're going to be like Jesus. But right now, you're talking to somebody. Are you being real? And the sad part, when somebody newly gets saved, the first year, like I say, it's like the honeymoon. And then the cares of this life, they start being tested, and people who are saved upset them, hurt them, or whatever. A pastor hurts them, or somebody at church, or somebody that they work with who saved, they get hurt, and the gossip and the backbiting, he said, she said, the lies, and people get hurt and they get a hard heart. Think about the battle that's going on, because everybody's got these fake reality bubbles and these projections that they're projecting, and it's not even real, most of it. Parents sacrifice for the kids, and the kids grow up and don't even appreciate it and have any clue what they went through until they go through it. And they might not ever go through it. But you hear that, people say. When the kid finally is like 30, has kids, and the parents are close to the grave or whatever. I don't know. Depends on, they might be 40 or something. Well, I know what you went through now. This lady I picked up the other day, her daughter, 20-some years old, she was yelling and screaming. The mom was just calm, cool, collective. And I said, do you meditate? She said, yeah. She said, I don't let other people's energy mess with me. But it's her own daughter losing it. Losing her cool and yelling at the mother. And she was just sitting there taking it, you know. I really had compassion on the ladies. But I also know that they were going a little bit extreme on these celebrations. That's what I'm saying. They want people so busy in church life, work, bills. They want you so busy and make you think you have to go to a Halloween party or a birthday party. You have to do that. And it stresses people out. Think about, I was sitting there watching them. I thought, so you're going to a birthday party, but you got all this chaos and screaming. I thought you're going to a birthday party just to have a good day, but you're not even having a good day loading the cars up in the parking lot. And I cut my car off, had to sit there and help them load the balloons up. You know, I serve a lot of people, and I might sit there and wait and take them to the doctor, pick them up from the hospital and all, help them put the balloons in the car. It's ridiculous. I don't know these people. It's like, sometimes they say thank you, sometimes they don't. But I could tell by her body language after we talked a little bit. I could tell when she was really thought, I knew that she thought this was a different Uber ride than normal. She knew had compassion on her, you know. I felt her pain, to be honest with you. The empathy, the sympathy, the lady that had the dog, I felt her pain. The two witnesses, there's no way you could feel the pain. Can you imagine the pain? Those two witnesses love souls, just like the angels preaching in the tribulation, 144,000. They love souls. God loves souls. He's even in the tribulation when they killed the two witnesses and the angels are preaching the gospel and they still reject God. And God has let this thing continue. It just keeps repeating, and God is patient. He has all the rights to destroy this place right now. He has every right to destroy this place. But he just keeps letting it go. And people live in delusions. People live in fake reality. I want to be my own God. I want to be Buddha. I want to rise up. The age of Aquarius and all. And see the lies that the devil's telling. There is going to be a 1,000-year reign of Christ. But it's not the age of Aquarius, the new age. And the new agers say, oh, the earth is going through a shift. And yeah, it is. Because Jesus is coming back to rule for 1,000 years. But they'll say, oh, some people be left behind and they're not ready because you haven't done the new age way. The new age of Aquarius. They're actually taking credit from Jesus into the man. It's all about man. And so these teachers, these new age teachers, are teaching people another fake reality bubble. Those of us who are saved, we're looking there shaking our head. And we're trying to shake and wake people up. Wake up. The new age is a lie. The new age junk is a lie. The gematria junk is a lie. The Essene junk is a lie. The book of Enoch is a lie. Wake up. But people would rather believe the lie. Because it's just too painful to say, oh, I'm a sinner. I need to be saved. I'll burn in hell forever. They would rather live in the fake bubble. And think again, the two witnesses are dealing with the metaverse. Everybody's got it tied to their forehead and their arm, and they're screaming and yelling or just preaching or whatever they're going to be doing. Wake up, get saved. You got to go through the pain. And then the tribulation saints crying out to God, when are you going to avenge our blood? When are you going to avenge our blood? The tribulation saints that get killed, right? When are you going to avenge our blood, Lord? He said, just be patient. It's going to happen. And all the prophets of old that were killed by that Jezebel spirit. So all the prophets of old that were killed by the Jezebel spirit. When are you going to avenge our blood? Just be patient. Revelation 18. Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. At 18 it says, Babylon has fell. And when that happens, the whole world, you think, now don't you really think about what I've been saying? In Revelation 18, 17, 18, somewhere in there, the whole world starts to cry because of the financial system, the trading, the Babylonian trade system, the Phoenician Canaanite system that we're under. They lose it all. And they all fall down and cry. And they see that city burning. That great city far off burning. It's metaphorical, I think, symbolic or spiritual. It could be literal and all the above. The city is burning up. Like, imagine the city of London. Everybody's on the news watching the city of London burning up, and the financial system crashed, and everything has crashed. New York Stock Exchange has crashed. Everything's crashed. It's all gone. AI crashed the whole system. Your money's worthless. Your house is worthless. Your car is nothing's worth anything anymore. Because they believe they put their trust in riches instead of God. They put their trust in mankind instead of God. They put their trust in some kind of man-made system instead of God. They put their trust in earth, and this place is going to be destroyed. Whew. You got to go through the pain. They never loved you because they didn't know you. You didn't know them. If you had the opportunity to really experience a real person, praise God. But most people nowadays are fake. Their heart's hard. It's all about money. Wait till the money runs dry and see if they don't walk out the door,